What's going on, guys? Ronnie here with the Local Losers. Today, we're not really doing anything too exciting, but I am technically announcing two cars that I've got recently. One I just bought recently, one I've had for a little bit, neither of which will be being started on anytime soon. But I didn't have a whole lot to do today. We're kind of waiting on Will for the dyno on the hard body. My sister's got a bunch of stuff going on, so we're not working on her car. So I figured, let's clean up the shop because it's a disaster. If you look over here, absolute mess. And then we come over here, and all this is an absolute mess. There's tools in the back of the dually. There's just stuff everywhere. I'm sure there's tools in that thing. We got to fit my sister's car over there and my Duramax right here. So we just need to clean up this place. I changed the modes on the camera and it's kind of goofy. Anyways, so yeah, we got to do some cleanup and some trip prep. One of the cars we have to go quite a ways to go get. So that's what we're starting with. I got this fuel tank from work and I convinced my boss to let me have half of it. So I got to cut it in half and then we're going to use this to patch up the two holes. That way he has part and I have part. But the reason they were getting rid of it is because it has this crack right here. So they were tossing it. Anywho, so I'm gonna weld this up, get that fixed. Then we'll cut this thing in half. We'll weld it back up to that. If you guys had any questions on what it is, it's right here. 110 gallon aluminum tank. So yeah, let's get started with some welding. There we go. The mic wasn't working. Anyways, almost like I know what I'm doing. I think it looks pretty good. So, all right. Well, here's that crack. All welded up. I think it looks pretty good. Now, I guess my question to you guys, which I think I've already made up my decision, is should we cut it this way, like in half this way? That's going to take up a lot of bed space. Or do we cut it in half this way? We go like just this side of these bungs and we keep one half and give my boss back the other half. I don't know. It'd be nice to have 55 gallons, right? Because that's like 2 tanks in my truck. I think my truck's 26 gallon tank, the Duramax. This is what that would be going in. The back of the Duramax. So I think the Duramax is a 26 gallon tank, so 55 would fill it up 2 times. So we triple basically our range. But I got a short bed. I don't have a long bed. So bed space is kind of a commodity, right? Like it's not something we have a whole lot of. So if we could keep this small, that would be better. So I'm really thinking cut it this way and then we can mount it in the truck and leave it in the truck. We just got to get some bungs to go on there and make everything work. So what I'm thinking is cut it just to the right of these 2 bungs basically go directly in these points of these diamonds, straight across, bam. And then he'll get this half and I'll keep this half. But I want to figure out what kind of capacity this is going to have. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure it, and then we'll figure out what percentage of here to here is and what percentage here to here is. And then that'll tell us how much capacity we have in this side. We could also do length times width times depth, and it would give us cubic inches. And then maybe we can convert cubic inches into gallons. I don't know. But yeah, so that's where we're at. So I'm gonna do some measuring, do some marking, and I'll catch up with you guys after that. All right, so we got it marked at 10 inches. So we're 10 inches wide here, and then this is what, 14-ish. That gives us 49.87 gallons, I think. Yep, 49.87. So basically 50 gallons here, 60 gallons here. Works perfect for me. So now we're gonna go ahead, hit this thing with the old grinder and cut it in half. And then we'll have to find us some aluminum sheet. We have that piece. I just don't know if it's thick enough for what we're doing. So, got my helmet on grind, and we're ready to go. Maybe. I need a battery. Okay, now we're ready to go. So, it's a little bit thicker than I anticipated, which isn't a big deal. We're gonna break out the plasma cutter and give it a shot, see how crooked of a line I can make. It seems okay. We have a much better setup. We got this big air compressor now, and it's on 220, hooked up with the lift. So you can't run it and the lift at the same time, but we can run the plasma cutter and the air compressor without the plasma cutter kicking off all the time. And we can just keep running. This thing has so much air. It's amazing. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and try and plasma cut this, fingers crossed, turns out. Okay, so we got this all cut in half. I went and welded these baffles in. Boom, boom, not too bad. Pretty decent. Getting a bit better at welding. We straightened up over here. Got the Duramax in here. We got to get it on the battery charger. Something's draining the battery on this truck. I don't know what. I haven't even started looking. But here's your first hint of one of the cars that we picked up. So yeah, this is all fine. I'm not worried about that. We're gonna put the lift down, get these fuel tanks outside. Then we can pull Jackie's car in here. And yeah, that'll pretty much be it. So I gotta order some metal for this so we can finish it. Same thing with that one. One sheet of 2x8, really 4x4 should do just fine. Then we can finish those up. I gotta get a bung before we weld on the side. I wanna put a bung on here, then we can clean this out and then weld the side up. But yeah, that is pretty much it. So I wanna pass the camera to Carissa, and we'll go ahead and get this lift down. So next week, we will be going to a drift event in Tucson. It's, I don't know what to call it. It's like a semi-pro, it's somewhat organized event, competition thing. Bo's driving. I'm not driving, obviously. The truck's not tuned. I wish it was. But Bo's driving, so we're going to be there. We're going to be helping Bo out. We're going to be his pit crew, his working on his car and making sure it's all good to go. He's bringing the RX-7. So those of you that have wondered about the RX-7, watch the next video. You'll see it on track. And hopefully it'll be a good update and the car will do great. It's going to be his first event, so we're going to go up there Friday for practice. And then we'll be there all day Saturday driving as well. So that's next weekend. That's what's next in the video lineup. Hopefully we'll get back on my sister's car. It's right outside. We're about to pull it in. And we can get it finished up. There's so few to do like on that car. And hopefully the power steering pump will come in for that sometime next week. We'll be able to get the power steering pump done and then get the radiator hose done and then get it on the dyno. It's so close to going on the dyno. Things are coming together. Everything's coming to a head real quick. So anyways, let's get these out of here. Let's get Jackie's car in here. And then I'll show you guys the new cars that I bought. Neither one of which we'll be working on anytime soon. But I figured there had to be something in this video. It couldn't just be nothing.
Driving in here with you.
All right, so that's it. I guess I'll give you guys a quick update on this. We changed the air cleaner to this factory one, and we got the hood scoop mounted kind of half-assedly, but as best as we can do with half the clips being broke. Anyways, follow me. We're gonna go outside, and I'll show you guys what I bought. All right, so this is a car that I've wanted to own for a really long time. On my list of dream cars, this car was pretty high up there. Not this exact car. It's the correct body style, but it's the wrong like year, the wrong era. But for the price that I paid, I'm still happy with it. Here it is. If you guys are on the Facebook or the Instagram, you would have already saw this in my video of I thought I lost my dad's trailer. So we found this car. It was sitting in a field over by my work. I paid $400 for it. And it's a 1977 280Z. Originally a Colorado car, I guess. I was under the impression it was an Arizona car. And then, hey, nigga butt, get out of here.
Get me in the video, baby. Come here.
But I was under the impression that it was an Arizona car. Found out it was a Colorado car. No big deal. It has rust here and rust over here and rust in here. Can you get in there, see the floor?
Dad, what are you doing? Dad.
So it's a little rusty, but it's all fixable. Like I said, when's the last time you've seen a S30 for $400? It is fuel injected, which we'll get rid of. If you guys have a motor swap that you'd like to see in this, let me know. I kind of have something that's already in the garage that I like. I already have the tranny, I already have the motor. We'll have to get engine management, but it's in there. So I have something in mind. It's a KA. I was thinking about putting a single cam in here. If you guys like that idea, we'll do that. If not, then maybe we'll mess with the Aero series. Maybe we'll put an RB in it. I don't know. But this project's a long ways away. We have another car coming, which is one that we're going to talk about here in just a second. That is why we can't start on this anytime soon, and why the hard body's getting slow, and why the dually's slow, and why everything's taking so long. Because I got to save so much freaking money every month for this other stupid car. But anyways, yeah, this thing was completely full of rat shit. It was so disgusting. It's not bad now. I got it pretty clean. But yeah, it was full all the way to here, all the way up to the seal here with just rat poop and crap. So it's pretty gross. It smells gross. I still got to get the dash out, then I want to pressure wash it all. And then we can put it in the graveyard with all the other cars that we'll work on one day. Anyways, all right, we give this back to Carissa. We're gonna go back into the shop and I will show you guys a picture of the other car. All right, so anyways, now that camera troubles are fixed, I don't know what I was talking about. I don't know what I said. Oh, I do know what I was talking about. So the fuel tank. The reason we're doing the fuel tank is to go get this car that I'm about to show you. It's also why we got to get the Duramax all squared away. Not that it's anything to get squared away. It's perfectly fine. But we just got to make sure that we have both ready to go on a pretty long trip. It's 10 hours one way to go get this car. But it's not till January. The car won't be here till January. So we have a long time to wait. But here it is. This is my 99 R34 Skyline GTT. So I'm not going to tell you everything about it. That's all you guys get to see. If you're on the Instagram and the Facebook, again, you would have already saw that car. So that'll get here. We'll do some work on it, but it's a long ways away. Before then, the Subaru will be finished. The hard body will be finished. And hopefully this will be finished by then too. That would be pretty awesome. There's not a whole lot left to do on this. So that's where we're at. I promised you guys 2 cars to show you. There's 2 cars. We didn't do a whole lot today, but I promise you, next video is going to be awesome. The following video should be the last video before the dyno. So things are getting close. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out.